Alright, so I'm going to do a second attempt at a training mission for a training video for how to... Alright, I'm going to do a second attempt for a training video on how to train people on how to play XCOM Enemy Within. It's trying to be short, just a basic thing. There are 4 multi-difficulty, easy to impossible. You can go into what they do. Classic is the design thing. Normal is normal. People can have challenge on either of them. Easy is pretty easy. Impossible. It affects the amount of enemies that are on missions and the aim bonuses the other guys have. If you go below normal, you'll actually have more issue with the fact that there are less enemies. You will get less money. You get more enemies, more money. So people have a lot of trouble with the jump here. This jump, there are more enemies, but if the jump is more the fact that the panic spikes are far more noticeable. You have these second ways options. Some of them are fun to add replayability to the game, but I can't use them for a guide because they would really screw up a guide. Because if your guys are all over the place with random factors, then it would make it more difficult to talk about a guide. So we're not going to use any of those. Here we've got Progeny, Slingshot. These are DLC basically paid for you. I normally run them because of that. To run the tutorials, the tutorials will tutorial kills off your squad except for your heavy, which is really bad, telling you how not to play. I don't really remember the meld tutorial, but I don't need a tutorial. We're not going to use a tutorial. It doesn't teach you how to play, teach you how not to play. So you don't do the things there. Iron Man I normally play as, but you can't really record very well with Iron Man. Alright, so back. We start a game. There's a cutscene that plays that we're going to skip. We have, if you have the tutorial, you just get North America and Europe. Otherwise, you can choose all these countries. It does seem like AJ is the best option. I did the Continental Fellow thing. I actually had a better playthrough on some of the other countries, but I did an Asia one. I didn't lose any countries. I lost 1 soldier. So it could be better, it could be worse. You start the game, and you start on an abduction mission somewhere.
Australia has sent a number of requests for assistance.
Somewhere
so that's
in
our
Asia.
next drop site.
This mission here,
We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
anyway, you start on the map. It's an abduction mission. There are going to be 6 sectoids on Classic. I don't know about the other difficulties. 2 meld containers you have to rush to. You got 3 rookies. The rookies have 65.
Strike 1. This is Central.
Shut up, Central.
You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
You have 4 rookies. The rookies have 1 grenade. The rookies have 65 aim. Light cover, minus 20 to aim. Heavy cover, minus 40 to aim. Overwatch, I think, is minus 30 to aim. So if they're in light cover, you want to just shoot them. If they're in heavy cover, and they're gonna move, then overwatching will be better for you. Overwatch can't crit. But it's going to be like a 45% shot in low cover, a 25% shot here, and if they're out in the open, it's 65%. So you really want to do something better. And the frag grenades are for finishing the job when you miss. So basically, you want to trigger 1 pod. You want to shoot at them. Take 3 45s, and then follow up with a grenade. When you miss. Ideally, the sectoids, you run away from them. They will mind merge. You kill the mind merger, and then they kill the other one after you kill the mind merger because they die together. And the last one you take 2 shots on, and whatever. I mean, this map is not a very good start map. It's a great map later on if you have snipers with squad sight. They can just shoot down here, but you're likely to have a bad time if you play this for a first map with just 4 rookies. So I might recommend restarting with a role like this instead of getting something else. Alright, let's go to the campaign I was playing with. I mean, you can play that map, but you're going to get into contact around here. The contact's going to sometimes come up this way, which is great. And the fact that it can't come up very well because it only has cover here and here. And the cars will blow up if you throw a grenade at them. So he won't advance. Or if he advances and takes cover that's on a grenaded car, you can just throw grenades at the car and blow everything up. Exploding cars do 6 damage. Not great to take cover on them.
On the move.
But say we can move up. We don't want to move into the blue move the first turn because then we won't be able to react. So we want to move everyone up.
Выполняю.
And we can decide whether or not we want to kill the aliens and get the meld.
Номер 1.
Ideally, you want the aliens to patrol into you. I'm sure that's going to happen here. You hear the chittering. It says there's sectors. You know there's only sectors because it's
Moving
facing the
out.
first month. Okay, so she saw something, but didn't activate, which is interesting. It does that because you have one more tile of vision than they do. These guys are over here and they didn't activate, but I can't shoot them. I can't see them right now. But let's see if they move in. Okay, so they don't move. So right now we can go to 3 places. We go here. Let's go here. This is heavy cover.
Moving to position. Look who's here.
Now these guys here, 45% chance to hit them all.
D'accord.
And we can nail them all with a grenade. So we're going to take our shots and then we're going to nail those survivors with this guy's going to nail them with a grenade. So what I would do this spot. Take a shot, except no, you want to take a shot in this one. The other two can flank those two. He misses because it's 45 and you're going to miss.
Can't kill him if you don't hit him.
We're just going to go over
That's
here.
affirmative.
We don't need cover because, again, we're going to kill them. I'm going to take a close range shot of 70%. Miss because we're a rookie.
Missed.
And again,
Я в пути.
and when that happens, you just have a backup plan where you can just throw a grenade and kill everything. That's how you play the game. Ideally, you would get 1 kill for all your guys. So they all would promote. But you also want to feed kills mainly to 1 guy so you can build the officer training school later in the month. Anyway, that's 3 aliens down. Now you got 4 guys. 4 guys, you got 3 grenades. And 3 sectoids and 3 hit points left. So the mission should just go fine after this, okay? If you draw all the contact at once, I would recommend hiding behind something so they can't see you. They'll mind merge up, and then you kill the mind mergers, and then you're good. Ideally, we would have taken those shots. We should have hit 1 or 2. We would have gotten some fragments, but we didn't. Anyway, further on, let's see where we can go. We're on game 30. No, we're not game 31. Where's my game? We're on game 29. It's the game I was playing. Let's see if I got. Come on up. Piece of crap. That's in the geoscape. Okay.
Engineering. Commander to engineering.
This is the base. When you get back to base, you have a random assortment of steam. You have a random assortment of dugout places. It costs 10 to excavate the first floor, 50 to build a lift, 20 third floor, 40 down here. So basically you want to take this space and you want to fill it out. Put an uplink here, uplink here, uplink here, power plant here, power plant here, power plant here, power plant here. Cybernetics lab, Foundry, officer training school, alien containment. And I would make a spreadsheet and I would write down how much it would cost to get that done and make sure everything's done in time. So I have my satellites up 20 days before they're built, and I have the uplinks up at least 15 days before they're the end of the month.
Mission control. Commander to mission control.
I'll show you what it looks like in a bit when I finish thing. First off,
Commander, we've picked
get
up multiple
abductions.
requests for assistance. Abductions in progress are marked on the hologlobe.
ideally you got a couple things here. You've got location, you got Mexico, you got Nigeria, you got Brazil. Brazil's at 2 panic. If I don't do the abduction here, it'll go up to 4 panic. Nigeria's at 2 panic. It'll go up to 4 panic if I don't do it. Also, the other countries in the continent will go up by 1 panic. This is the first abduction, though. We're almost always going to take engineers, because we take engineers every time we can, or it's not going to cause us to lose the country. At the end of the 3rd month, we'll be able to put up we'll have 30 engineers, so we can put up the 3 uplinks and support 12 satellites. You got 12 satellites. Move on. The other thing to show about this is you have moderate. That means there's 6 aliens. There's going to be 6 sectoids. And Brazil, being difficult, it's going to be 8 sectoids, which means more experience, more corpses, and more money. And more chances to get fragments. Alright, so jumping on. So again, this is what my base looks like. I got the 4 power generators here, cybernetic lab, Foundry. I got 4 uplinks here, officer training, civilian containment. You try to get that in the first 3 months, you'll be golden, because then you can stick up these 12 satellites here. Means all the abductions will be in Europe, which means your panic will be mostly wiped out, because you'll only get the 1 panic in the countries you don't do, and the other countries will. It works out. You won't get any panic. Your panic will be pretty much wiped across the board. So all you need is the 12 satellites. You can put this nexus here. You can put this nexus over here. You'll get 4. You can put 2 uplinks wherever you want. You don't need to worry about the adjacency bonus for the next 2. You can put them wherever you want. I put them down here, so it doesn't bother me about being red. But they can go wherever you want. After the first 3, I thread this part up, I go down, I dig this out, I put a bunch of labs down here to finish my research, because with the satellites and all the 12 satellites I get plenty of money. I get a monthly thing of, come on, zoom in. I get a monthly thing of about 1,500 minus some for maintenance. So I get 1,000 for a month, which I use to buy things. And you could use that 1,000 to dig this out and throw in some laboratories. You throw in the laboratories, your research will go by really fast. Come September, I'm done with my research. I only have 34 scientists now. I didn't have 34 scientists for most of it. I had like 18. Just the whole laboratories, some labs down here. These are the ones I keep. These don't matter. I pulled them up because I needed the power. I ripped them up, and I wanted the space. They also cost maintenance, but they were just there so I wouldn't have to sit around researching things for an extra month. Over here, we get medals. These 2 medals are important. You take the +2 aim per continent bonus that XCOM has earned. That's an easy 8 to 10 aim. I give it to my sniper. This one, +1 aim, +1 will over each mission your soldiers. Yeah, it's another +10 aim for your sniper, so +20 aim. I put them both on my snipers, my first 2 snipers. You get this one when you've done 3 missions, not on the same continent. You get this one when you've done 3 council missions, which is going to be month 2. And you just start them early, and you keep going. And month 3, you'll have +20 aim. This one here, I go for the aim. I give it to my sniper. Ideally, he's not. It helps sometimes. This one you get when a soldier dies. I don't really care about it that much, but I prefer this one. It doesn't matter that much. Star of Terra. I normally go with this one because ranking up isn't an issue. Because getting the first one isn't an issue. But yeah, the important thing is, remember when these medals unlock, give them right away to your sniper. If the sniper dies, you get another one in like 8 missions. So try not to get your sniper killed, but if he does, you just get another one. Soldier wise, I've got some snipers. I've got a heavy. The heavies are useful in the 2nd and 3rd month. Not so much after that. I stopped using them. They have perks. I decided to go with Hollow Target because he can't hit anything anyway. He's got 80 aim, which isn't that bad, I guess, for a rookie, but he's a colonel. So instead, I just give him the Hollow Target and make it easier for other people to hit things. Shredder Rocket is 4 damage. This is 6 damage. It's very useful in the 2nd month to deal with floaters and thin men. Everything after that, not as required, but anyway, it's mainly these 2 things for dealing with floaters and thin men in the 2nd month. If you don't have them, you might be in for a bad time. Sniper wise, he has 115 aim. He's actually got plus 10 on top of that because it doesn't count the continent bonus. He's got plus 10 from the scope, so he does 125 aim. And then he's got another 8 aim because I have 4 continents right now, and I can jump it up to 10 before I do the final mission. He went Psionic, but that's beside the point. I don't really use Psionic abilities. Squad, sniper, you definitely want to have squad sight. That's the only reason. If you don't want to do squad sight, you don't want to use a sniper. You want to use like an assault if you want to go something else. Gunslinger is useful because it's post move, and if you have squad sight, it works at squad sight ranges. If you have opportunist, you can do a squad sight overwatch with opportunist, and it will crit. It will have the opportunity to crit. Disabling shot is very useful. Opportunist, again, you can crit on your squad at squad sight ranges with opportunist. Low profile is automatic. Double tap or this one. I prefer double tap because it allows you to do the disabling shot first to take something out, and then move on to something else. It allows you to take 2 Hail Mary shots against a more significant threat. Alright. Gene mod wise, I don't really bother with gene mods at the very end. They're very, very expensive. Let's see if I can find somebody. Let's just go with gene mod. A thing of gene mods, they cost you quite a, like 200 or more in money and a bunch of meld. I could afford it now. I have to sell a lot of things right now to do it, but you know. This is plus 10 aim whenever they kill something, which is very nice to have on your snipers. For your soldiers, not for your robot shivs, but nothing here is make or break. You can do some nice things with the Mingmex when it's just very expensive, and you could buy ghost grenades or use ghost armor, and they work more reliably. I did power up my sniper here, my final sniper, because I could. It took 15 days in the tank. He's got the immunity to being mind controlled. He's got an extra 5 aim from height advantage. He's got an extra 10 aim after he kills an enemy. He's got the ability to cloak with his low profile whenever he's in cover. He's got the ability to take high ground. It's good, but it's very, very expensive, and it's not that much significant different than Ghost Armor. You just wear ghost armor. This. Just sort of this. You don't have to worry about. I mean, you can just cloak if you're in contact with a mind controller you can't kill. Just cloak. At will. You got 4 turns to cloak. You'll be fine. And after that, you can also use ghost grenades. People like gene mods, but I use them late because they're late. The reason why he gets the gene mods is because he's the volunteer. He can't wear ghost armor. He's gonna wear the psi armor. So he gets gene modded up. This one, I'm gonna start gene modding up similar, but he's not gonna get ghost bioelectric skin, magnetic skin. He might get bioelectric. Problem with bioelectric is only want one of those two. But yeah, a nice set of adrenal plus 10 aim helps a lot. Everything else. How much does the adrenal cost, by the way? The adrenal costs 25 and 10 meld. I can see using that early on. Let's see if I know what that costs. Everything else, hit or miss. Okay, it says after the Muton. You can encounter a Muton doing slingshot on the council mission in month 2. I guess you can go for it. I normally don't, but I might prioritize it a little more. Instead, I go with the mech. Mech Trooper, 77 aim. Not great. His main point of the mech is the collateral damage. The 2 uses of his. Alright, so the mech has the collateral damage. He packs a kinetic strike module, which means he has a 18 damage at melee range. He's got 2 uses of the heal for basically 2 area effect medkits to counter 2 rockets. And an EMP pulse, which is 5 damage to an area, and disables robots for 1 turn. Main use of him, well, he also comes with the body shield, because I made him from a heavy. He gets minus 20 aim. He gets on targets. If there's only 1 enemy left, it's minus 20 aim. It's useful. It means things can't really charge you to get a close range bonus. And it really helps month 2. The way I do it, I take my first heavy, I promote him as soon as possible to mech, and then your next rookie should probably promote to be a replacement heavy, because you have no heavies at that point. Timing wise, this takes 30 engineers. If you get 8 engineers in the first month from your abductions, you throw up a satellite over Asia, that's 10 engineers. You start with 5, that's 15 engineers. Month 2, if you can manage to do the same, that would put you up to 25 engineers, plus some from Slingshot and Progeny, which is like 29 engineers total. If you don't get any engineers from council missions or council requests, you have to get 1 more set of engineers month 3 from the first abduction, and then you can put in the uplinks by month 3. Get the uplink in before 15 days are left in the end of the month. Get the satellites in before 20 days are left in the end of the month. You can have this all up by month 3 if you time it right. If you don't time it right, month 4, you're probably still okay. Just you're gonna be out that income. You're gonna be at more risk. It'll throw you back a month to complete your campaign. Cybernetics Lab again ASAP. The Foundry didn't do me that good. I didn't do much with it. So I wanted to put it in a genetics lab. I probably would put it where the containment is, and I have to put the containment down here or something. Maybe over here. It doesn't matter. That's what's easier. But do not drive up my costs. I might need more power. So this is my type base. I don't do the genetics lab, but I can totally see doing the genetics lab for the adrenal numerosynaphy after you've autopsied a mouton, which is going to be after normally I've got my satellites up and covering South America generally after month 3 is over. So this can be done, but it's just no hurry. It's not going to do me any good until month 3. Afterwards, sure, put it in, put some adrenal neurosympathy on your guys, and they get a nice plus 10 aim after they kill something. These are Chevs. They have 21 hit points. With the upgrades, they will regenerate. They have 21 hit points. They have 95 aim. This one has 30 defense. This one has 40 defense. This is a more upgraded model. This one can fly. When this one flies, it gives another 20 aim. So it goes up to 115 aim. The weapon does a lot of damage. Does I think 8 to 11 damage, which is I think it's 9 to 11 damage, which is one more than a sniper rifle. The Sentinel module gives them 1 HP every turn, 2 HP every turn, so they can regenerate from damage. The high defense makes them great for running overwatches, and the fact that they'll just heal up. They regenerate pretty quickly. I made a video on them. They're pretty good. You can use them instead of troops. You want some troops, but these can be your van, and they can suck up damage. That's about it. Basically, you want your base to look like this. You want this up by the 3rd month, which means you're gonna need this up by the 3rd month. This can go. The Foundry is not super important. The alien containment's not super important. OTS is important. So you want to feed kills to get your sergeant rank to get that. Genetics lab, you don't really need that till after you do your autopsies, which you could do earlier, but I don't generally. Research-wise, I like to do. I like to start with the meld, so I can sit in my mech bay, get that started. 8 days for the meld. Then you put in the mech thing, that takes 10 days. Then you do 3 days to augment him. So before the end of the 1st month, you've got a mech soldier. Alien material, weapon fragments, that takes 8 days. Experimental warfare, that takes 12 days, and I can put in the Foundry. Getting the Foundry in early means you can make tack rigging, which gives you an extra item slot, which means you can wear a nanofiber vest for 2 points or something else. Carry an extra grenade. It's useful. It's just kind of expensive and takes a while to pay off. The other things you get in the Foundry mostly come after you start doing your autopsies. So it's mainly you're getting tactical rigging by putting in the Foundry first, but it's very good. Beam weapons take a very long time before you get scientists. I would start working on them, but it takes like 34 days. So unless you start taking scientists instead of engineers to push yourself, which will push yourself back on the satellites, it's going to be a bit of a pain. And you're going to be using rockets to carry you through the 2nd month. Lasers are pretty good. Weapon-wise, you've got. Let's go for a super sniper. So you get the sniper rifle, which is 3 to 5. Laser rifle does 2 more damage. And probably 2 more damage. 9 to 11 on crit. So if you crit a Muton, it's probably going to kill it. Plasma rifle. 8 to 10 damage. 14 to 16 on the crit. So if you crit a Muton, it's definitely going to kill it. It does a lot of damage. The plasma weapons cost a lot more. 25 engineers, 251 gold. Whatever. Laser, 20 bucks. 12 engineer, 14 allies. It's much, much cheaper. Over here's your gray market. You can sell things. You can sell corpses. You sort of need these going forward to make dodge modules, but you don't really need more than 10. These things, you need them, the flight computers and the power sources, you need them to make firestorms, but again, you don't really need more than 4. Thin men, you don't need more than like 4. Zerkers, you don't really need. Cybernetics Rex, you need them to make the boost modules. I would keep all of them. Chrysalids, you need to make the armor, which you may or may not want to use. I use it on my assault sometimes, especially when they're going for captures, and I use it on my covert operative. It's 4 extra health. It's the best armor for a utility slot you can carry. These I wouldn't recommend selling until you've done the Foundry project, but you can sell pretty much everything. I wouldn't sell the fragments. If you've got a real lot of alloys, you can probably sell them. The Illyrium you don't need till later, but first off, you're going to sell even your intact computers and flight computers because you don't need them till much later, and you'll probably be fine with how many you get. But you want to sell your corpses, and then I've been known to sell my Illyrium.
We've been at it for days now. All I can think about is my bunk.
Cigarettes you kind of want to keep because it takes 4 or so to make a ghost grenade. And sometimes, I mean, you only need so many, and the council might request some, and they don't really spawn late game. Alright, that's basically it.